Okay. Greetings, everyone. Happy weekend. It is Saturday, October 5th, 2019. I am International Master John Bartholomew, and this is Banter Blitz. 1.5 hours of me playing you guys, the viewers, on Chess24. You have to be premium to play me. It's a challenge. And I see 4 challenges in the queue right now. Hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. It's been a relaxing one for me. It's pretty dreary outside. Yeah, it's been very rainy lately. But I'm eager to take on your challenges. I was just playing against Claudia, who is one of the bots on Chess24. As you can see, I lost in 2 moves. It was just a practice game, of course. Hello to everyone on the YouTube chat, the Twitch chat, the Chess24 chat, and I believe Facebook as well. I think we're always live on Facebook here too. Hello to Olaf, Popter, TheClasher, also to Kaz, Fuchsia, Artur Narowski, Chanda813. Chanda813 asking how can you challenge me? So on Chess24, my username is John Bartholomew. You can send me a Blitz challenge. 3-minute or 5-minute would be preferred. And I'm going to play the first game right now. Hey, it's Chandi. Let's do it. 3+2. 3+2 is great. Let's go for it. Good luck. Nice to have a little bit of an increment. An increment's not necessary, but that 2 seconds, that makes a big difference, especially when I forget my clock. I'm looking at the chat, and I forget how much time I have. Hello to the YouTubers as well. Grandmaster Gary, hello. Munther, Mac. Peter Wells, hello to you, Peter. Let's play knight f6. I see we got some viewers on Twitch too. Greetings to you guys. I have some tea I'm drinking today. Some Earl Grey tea. It's actually decaffeinated Earl Grey. It's surprisingly good though. Usually not a fan of the decaffeinated stuff. Although when I'm drinking tea, yeah, I usually do go the herbal tea route. But I like this stuff. So pretty sedate position here. I'm going to castle. Try to play rook b8, b5, b4, minority attack. That's the usual plan. I had a game in this same line last time. Last Banter Blitz I did last week. All right, so he's putting a stop to b5 for now. Let's play a6. Not sure if I'm going to commit to b5 yet. I might want to prep that a little bit. Maybe trade queen c7, rook fc8, moves like that. Hello to David, 7519. Okay, rook e1. Yeah, let's take. And then I'm going to play queen c7. Galactic asks, do you want increment challenges? Up to you. No increment is also fine. Okay, so knight e5 seems normal here. And right on cue, white plays that. Let's take. I'm okay with this transformation of the structure if white takes with the pawn. I'll play knight d7. Takes with the rook instead. All right. Yeah, now I'm thinking about b5, b4. I'm pretty solid on the king side. I think I can go for this. I have not played any weakening pawn moves or anything like that. So the goal of the minority attack, try to weaken their structure. So I'm looking to play b4 here, create a weakness on c3. Now I am giving white the c5 square. Arguably knight d7 could have been played on that last move. Can still play it here. Maybe I will. Or maybe I take first. This is like some real technical stuff. There is knight a6 as a threat, but it's not a threat yet. So let's take. Just try to saddle white with that weakness. But good game by Chandi so far. That pawn on d4 is defending both the rook and the knight. So you could argue that it's overloaded, but I see no way to take advantage of that. I'm probably going to play knight d7 here, because I think this knight has to go. It's too strong of a piece. So let's do it. On knight a6, I'm going to play knight takes e5 and hit the queen. So this is an in-between move that should work out in my favor. And assuming that Chandi takes back, I can even play queen a7 and pin that knight. Could also play queen takes e5 and just agree to the knight takes b8, rook takes b8 trade, but I think queen a7 is best here. Yeah, let's do that. Indiana Jim asked, playing in the Banter Blitz Cup? Yes, I am. I'm playing against David Anton Guijarro in the very first round. However, I don't think my match will be until November. I'm coordinating with David Martinez, who's organizing it. And David Anton, he's a young Spanish grandmaster. Pretty young. I want to say he's like 21 years old-ish. He's playing some over-the-board events, so he's going to be occupied here in the month of October. But yeah, we're going to play in November, I think. Beginning of November, hopefully. Chandi, thanks for the game. Yeah, you just got overexcited with knight a6 with that fork. So it looks to me like you have to trade here. And you could play rook h5, but then I have g6. So it looks to me like you have to play this position, which should be pretty close to equal. I mean, I'm trying to argue here that black has a tiny edge with the more compact structure and with white having that weakness, but realistically, I don't think it's very much for black here. So thank you for the game. Let's play Galactic. You are next. Galactic is 2600. I'm never sure which direction to go with these challenges, but let's play Galactic. I feel like I'm accepting the most recent challenges. I might start working backwards too. We shall see. All right. We're pretty close on rating here. I'm black again. Oh, the exchange Slav. Oh. I've actually been playing this a fair amount with both colors, truth be told. I've had a couple over-the-board tournaments in the past month and a half, and I played it with both black and white. This is a pretty reliable setup for black, albeit somewhat uninspiring. You lock the bishop in. I don't think there's anything too wrong with it, but you do lock your light square bishop in. Very commonly, black will play rook fd8 and then bishop e8. Reorganize, maybe a6 somewhere. There's a trap here that's good to know. If white plays knight a4, black has knight takes d4. And then if white recaptures, you can play rook takes c1, followed by bishop takes a4. I picked that up from I believe an Alexei Dreyev game. Fuxia says, didn't David Anton win Gibraltar 2 years ago, or I'm messing that up? And then Colin from Chess24, hello to Colin, says he came very close, lost the playoff. Yeah, he's a great player. I do remember that. He's had some great results. Hello, Jan. We have Jan Gustafsson in the chat. He says, the only Anton I know is Anton squared me. The original Anton. Okay, queen d2. So you can think about playing e5 in these positions too, but I'm not a fan of taking on the isolated pawn if I don't have to. Also, knight b5 looks like an issue. So can I play knight a5 here myself? Anything wrong with that? He might play knight b5, queen b6. Let's just play a6. Looks like a helpful move. a6, b5. Thank you, Brain Power. Brain Power in the YouTube chat says, we love you, John. I love you too. John, when are you coming back to Charlotte? I would love to come back to Charlotte. I'm usually there maybe 2 times a year, 2 to 3 times a year. No plans to go there at the moment, but usually Peter Giannatos and the Charlotte crew can make a compelling reason to go. Okay, bishop c2. That strikes me as a weird move. What is the point? I don't understand it. Just knight a5? Again, white's probably going to play knight e5 against that. Could also play b5. Let's play b5. Keep talking myself out of knight a5. I guess the only thing now is if I play knight a5, I have to worry about knight takes d5, because queen takes d5, my queen would not be covering a5 anymore. But I'm kind of baffled by bishop c2. I don't see why white would ever play that move and block the c-file play. It's not like b3's a great square for the bishop, so it just strikes me as a really weird move. Okay, queen e2. Maybe some e4 business. Okay, time to play this. Now that the queen especially is no longer x-raying this knight on a5, let's go ahead. Thank you, Ali. Hello to Belhul. Says love from Turkey. Bishop comes back to d3. b4, and where's that knight going? Probably just b1, huh? And knight c4, white will play b3. Okay, let's go here. Double up these rooks. I have a bit of a time edge. Is this 3-0 or 3-2? I think it's... I want to say it's 3-0, but I'm not sure. a4. Could take. Knight b3. Other candidate move. b4, of course. Let's play... Decisions. Let's play knight b3. See where that rook goes. Okay, now here I was thinking b4, maybe even followed by a5. Perhaps. b4, knight b1. I have a knight... No, I don't have knight c1. That would be nice. It's definitely not working. Okay, let's play b4. Maybe followed by bishop takes a4 simply. There is an increment. Okay. I see my time went up slightly. Even still. Okay, is knight c1 working at all, ever? Such a cool move. I want to play it, but I don't think it really does much. Let's play this move to stop bishop b5 for now. Okay, now knight c1 will be working. Because how often do you get to play that move, honestly? And I have bishop b5 at that point. Skewer. Queen d2, maybe I throw in knight e4 first, too. Very minor point, but might as well do it. Queen takes b4, bishop takes f1 is a discovery. And if rook c1... Oh, I didn't see that move. That's what happens when you get fancy. Queen's hanging. Okay. Lesson learned, don't get fancy. Oh, but white's queen is problematic. I think rook e1, queen d1 is what white had to play there. Yeah, worked out in the end. Had that all planned out, guys. Like any true Banter Blitz pro, right? I'm sure Jan can relate. All right. Yes, so did not see queen c1, which attacked my queen in the process. Should have just banked the exchange, bishop takes b1. But had white played rook e1 here, rook c8, queen d1, it's very claustrophobic for white, but I don't see anything crushing for me. Maybe queen a6, looking for queen a2 or bishop a4, something like that. But the game continues. Thank you for the game, Galactic. Bravia says, that's why he is a IM and never a GM. You might have a point there. You may, in fact, have a point. All right. Yeah, shelling forward. We're getting some high-rated challenges in. But honestly, I think I should play some people at the bottom, too. I meant to clarify this prior to going live. But does anyone know who are the most recent challenges? Are they at the bottom or the top? Because I don't want to shortchange people down here. Lorenz Trent, is that like Lawrence Trent? His 1900 counterpart? Well, we're going to play Lawrence Trent. I'm black again, 3 blacks in a row, but this gives me a chance to play the Scandinavian, so I ain't even mad. Queen A5, let's do it. Yep, thanks for the game, Galactic. So the Queen A5 Scandi has always been my first Scandi love. It is at the bottom. Okay, so I should, in fact, accept those challenges at the bottom. This is a sharp line, knight BD7. Yeah, I used to play this a lot back in the day. There's also bishop D6, as I recall. Okay, I'll go here. Now I think castle's kingside is the best move for white. And black plays bishop D5. Yeah, this is some theoretical stuff. Do I play bishop E7 here or bishop D6? I can't quite remember, actually. Let's play bishop D6. I'll play the more active move. It's a weird-looking line because white is expanded on the king side where he's also castled, but black has to be careful here. There's actually a viewer on my Twitch channel. Him and I have played this line several times, and I have often been unsuccessful when playing him. Okay, let's castle. I'm going to castle into the attack. Hello, Z Nation on Twitch. Greetings, greetings. Also, hello to Sammy. Sammy and Donnie says, "Hey, John, long time no see, man. How are you doing?" I'm doing well, thank you. Life is good. Absolutely no complaints over here. Hey, Bruno Rolla. Okay, so this is a 5-minute game. Got a little bit of extra thinking time. In theory, it would have been nice to castle queenside and try to turn the tables on white on the king side, but the c-file is half open. That could be a risky proposition for black. Okay, so bishop d2. Let's just play rook c8 to start. Seems reasonable. And a4. Okay. Let's play a6. I wonder if he's going to try to clamp a5. Not like I can really do much about that anyways. Let's play a6. Seems like a useful move. I don't mind establishing pawns on light squares because he has a light square bishop, so I can try to push back against that a bit. Okay, now let's play g6. This is arguably somewhat weakening. I'm allowing him bishop h6. Rook e8. e5 runs into queen takes d5, so not thrilled about that move. Let's play... I know this move is going to make some of you cringe. Let's play queen d8. Possibly pop the queen out to f6. My favorite device, the queen trade. Hello, El Nico says, watching you from Argentina. Greetings to you. Bishop g5. Is the pawn hanging? Or is my knight getting trapped in the process? Knight takes g4. It looks a little bit shaky for my knight. A lot shaky, actually. Unless I can counterattack somehow with h6, but I am not sure about that. It would be nice to play. King g7 is going to run into h6 check, and that loses me material, so I think I should play knight d7. We're going to play it safe. Take. Okay, so the pawns are all successfully arranged on light squares. We got that going for us. Now, if only I can trade the dark square bishops. That's the next step. Let's play rook e8. And either bishop e7 or bishop f8 to g7. Because he might double up on the h-file. He might be looking to do that. Rook h6. Okay, so that kind of plays into my hands with this move. And now, honestly, I might want to try for e5 next. It seems like it could be a good moment to do that. e5 right here. Yeah, play for some counterplay. Let's do it. Only thing is he has bishop f6 here, but I have bishop g7. We get an opposite color bishop position. Very drawish. But still play left there. 2 rooks each. Okay, he didn't play it. Well, he's threatening mate in 2, so got to defend against that. Whoa, bishop takes? Isn't this a problem for you? If I take here first and then take d3, I don't think I'm getting mated. I think I'm just walking out through f6. So bishop takes, knight takes d3, rook h8 check, king g7, rook h7, king f6. You can't really throw in g5 anywhere. I can always play king f8 if needed, or knight f4, knight h5. So I think this is winning for me. His rook is overloaded. Trying to dance at 2 weddings. Defend both bishops. Win-loss says this guy is underrated. He was playing well up until bishop h6. Henry Hines says, climbing the rating ladder, will there be a continuation? Yes, there will. I will be continuing that series. Yeah, I have not been posting in the past month on my YouTube channel, but rest assured I will be back to that. Just taking a little bit of a break. Hello to Michael Nuss. Okay, bishop e2. Yeah, so that's an admission that was in fact a full piece. Let's play bishop f4. I like the bishop situated on this square. Stops g5. Can play king g7, king f6. Okay, he's going after the pawn. Knight c6 comes to mind. I hit the bishop, hit a5, but I think I'm just going to start with this move. Rook d4, maybe bishop c1, or just g5. Probably bishop c1. King f1. Okay, let's go knight c6, attack the pawn. If he defends it, d4 looks pretty good. Yeah. Let's take this one. Just in the process of converting here. Take a5. Yeah. Knight hopping in. Oh, that's a rook. Okay, thank you, Lorenz. Yeah, that's a pretty good line against this variation, I gotta say. So those of you who are wondering how to play against the Queen A5 Scandi, this knight E5 followed by G4, H4 idea is pretty aggressive. As I said, black can also play bishop D6 here. It's been a while since I checked this theory. Bishop D6 might even be better for black, but Yeah, I can attest that this variation that we played into in the game is not easy for black. Black has to be pretty careful in view of white's bishop pair. Another line which I think is pretty good against the queen a5 variation is just bishop d2 here. This is one reason I stopped playing queen a5 in tournaments for the most part, because bishop d2, e6, knight d5 never really fully solved the issues here. Knight takes f6. Black can take with the queen or the pawn, but I think white's somewhat better in either case. Okay, thanks again for the game. Let's play against Inter. 5-minute. Good luck, Inter. I guess I'm just getting black every game. Are you guys challenging me with white? At any rate, I don't mind playing black. Actually, I have a theory that in Blitz and Bullet, it's often easier to play black. Many of you may find it more simple to play with the black pieces. You're kind of just responding. Most people prepare their black openings better than their white openings anyways. So in Blitz and Bullet, there's something to be said for that. Let's play this Gurganidze system. Yeah, thanks for the game, Lorenz. Okay, let's go d5. And hello to Sa Online. He says, hi, John. Nice to hear from you. Coming back to your channel. Yes, I'll be back to posting. Not sure when, but very soon, I'm sure. Let's castle. So this looks like a funny setup for black. You're often looking to play f6 and undermine white's center. I like to play this way every once in a while. Makes things interesting. c4. Okay, let's take... And I'm going to play bishop g4. Try to apply some indirect pressure to d4. Is there a Banter Blitz Cup match going on right now? Because I saw someone mention that, but I didn't see it myself. Okay, knight bd2, very solid. Could play knight f5, but then h3, I feel like white might get a little something out of that. Maybe knight d7 followed by knight b6. There too, white can play h3. Maybe I slightly misplayed this. Doesn't look that bad, but let's play e6 first. I'm going to trade the light square bishop for the knight and then put the knight on f5. Again, more pawns on light squares here. Kind of similar to last game. Let's go here. If bishop g5, queen b6, I guess. Then g4 could be an issue. Might have to watch g4. Bishop g5, g4 ideas. But if I can play knight b6, knight d5, I feel pretty secure. Ah, he heard me. Maybe I should go knight e7. Knight e7 might be safe. Let's do it. Hello, Carnicero. Says, hi, John. First time seeing you live here on Chess24. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Chemiker says, yes, Bassem is playing a French IM. Amin Bassem. That guy's very strong. He is a pleasure to watch. And he's also a medical doctor. Is that correct? Successful dude. Along with being, I think, the first 2700 rated player from Africa. Bishop d2. Okay, knight b6 now. Should I continue with that plan? It's kind of hard to apply pressure on d4, though, because of that knight. But all right, the knight can go back to f5 now. I was thinking bishop d3 might be somewhat better, just so he could take. Hello, Cobra. The French guy is stuck in traffic. Oh, that's not good. I fortunately never had that happen to me where I'm going live, some sort of streaming event, and I get stuck in traffic or some other holdup. But it is a reality. That occurred to me today, actually, because I was out at Starbucks. I got everything set up for this stream, and then I went out to Starbucks because I hadn't eaten anything all day. I taught a lesson this morning, and then I was getting this set up. Well, let's do this and then queen d5. I got a Spanish and feta wrap at Starbucks, and I was coming back. And I had enough time, but it occurred to me, if I got pulled over or something, you guys would just be waiting here. And I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So sometimes things like that happen. Gary says, is it too late to enter the Banter Blitz Cup? I think it's invitational only, Gary, unfortunately. G4. All right, so G4 is being played at long last. Let's just come back here. Bishop B4, I can play rook E8. I'm like crouching behind my pawn formation here. I will swipe that pawn on A2 if I get the chance. Don't say I won't. Okay, if I take, he takes D5 first. Maybe I should take E4 first, then take. Nah, I think the merits of that are debatable. Let's just take first. See which way he recaptures. Inter playing a pretty good game so far. If I take here, is that too crazy? Yeah, I don't get enough material. Let's take with this knight. I think Inter is higher rated than 1500. I believe that's the default rating. So, good player here. Let's play rook A3. Try to double up the rooks. To what end, I'm not sure, because white has all this covered for the moment, but seems like it could be helpful in the future. He's probably going to play knight D3, knight C5. This bishop might be coming back to F8. Yeah, bishop F8. Still monitoring H6, also monitoring C5. This bishop's very annoying, though. Do I want to sack the exchange? Seems kind of like an extreme measure, but I actually kind of like that from an activity standpoint. This is blitz. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Knight C4 coming. Otherwise, F5 was looking kind of annoying, so yeah, he still does play it. But at least now Knight C4 hits the bishop. There's some counterplay here. I have rook A3 as well. My knights are pretty active. Yep, rook F2 is a good move. I could take twice on F5 maybe, but I don't really want to spoil my structure if I can avoid it. Let's play this one. And if rook F3, maybe knight B2 is working. Oh, then there's bishop C1, even there. Yeah, he finds bishop C1 in this position. Okay. Knight B3? Or rook B3, rather? Yeah, let's do it. Now, if rook F1, do I play bishop E7? He might have knight F4 at some point. Bishop E7 seems like the best square. Yeah, otherwise knight C5 is an issue. Knight C5 might still be an issue here. At least I can take H3, though. This is getting sharp, guys. And I have a feeling not in my favor. I feel like I need to keep the bishop. Do I throw in a check first? Nah. Check, he can play king H2, so we'll take here. Now, he might take E6. I was thinking perhaps knight E3 against this. Rook F8 is not yet a threat, really. Maybe I check. Let's check and see where he goes. Because if rook G2, I can trade and knight E3. Some sharp business here. I don't know what's going on. Rook G7, bring this over. I'm probably in big trouble here. Yeah, it might just be losing. Getting mated. Not much to do about it. Okay. Well, we'll allow him to checkmate. That was a good game. This is the first time I've lost in Banter Blitz. I made it, what? Like 2 hours of Banter Blitz, including my last hour-and-a-half session and then this one. That's not too bad. Faced some good players, but nice game, Inter. Yeah. Let's see where things went wrong for me. I mean, the merits of the exchange sack are debatable, right? I feel like I, at this point, was somewhat playing this out of compulsion almost. Because I didn't really see another great plan. And f5 could be coming in the future, so that looks like a pretty clear way forward for white. And I thought I'd be able to create some trouble here, but he had everything under control. Bishop c1 was a nice move. Yeah, knight c5. I kind of need my dark square bishop to defend. Bishop takes c5, pawn takes c5, and the rooks are coming in. Yeah, it didn't ever really feel like I had much here. After rook f7, it actually didn't dawn on me that on rook f7, he'd be threatening rook g7. Didn't see that until too late. So that was over. That game was not unrated. Yeah, my rating took a 29-point hit, which is actually not that bad. I can live with a 29-point rating hit. Could be much worse. Okay. Good game, Inter. Chess Training Pro. Let's do it. I have black again. Okay, what are we going to do this time? Let's play knight f6. Ah, the London. Let's play d6, knight b d7, e5. Potential anti-London way to play. Okay, knight c3. Usually if white plays this way, they're looking to play e4. Kaz says, time, John. Yeah, I don't think even watching my time would have helped me in that game. Towards the end, I was just getting beat on the board. I think knight h5 is a good idea here. Let's harass this bishop. Bishop g5, h6. I'm willing to chase that bishop. Hello to Otis86. Good to see you in the chat. That's one of my students. Greetings, greetings. Fuxia was saying in the last game, isn't h6 hanging? I didn't think white could favorably take h6 at any moment, but down the stretch, possibly. At the moment, my rook was on g4 and white's king was on the h-file. White couldn't play it because of rook h4 check, rook takes h6. Okay, so yeah, I can take this bishop. How do I want to play this position? Oftentimes you'll be flexible here and play e6. Let's first play bishop g7. Bishop's almost always going here anyways. Now, interestingly, I played the white side of a very similar position against Grandmaster Brian Smith at a tournament in Wisconsin last month, or 2 months ago in August. So white can occupy the center. Black has the option of taking the bishop pair at any moment, which black inevitably does. I think white's knight being on c3 is actually advantageous for black in this situation, because often with the bishop on g7, white would like to play c3 and put pawns on the same diagonal, blocking that bishop. Pawn Pusher says, hi John, I'm currently working through your Scandi course on Chessable. It's really great, thank you. Any recommendations for a course for slow adult improvers? Really enjoy your teaching style. Cheers from Ireland. Well, thank you, Pawn Pusher. Let's play e6 here. Yeah. So that's a pretty broad question. We do have a lot of good courses on Chessable now. One course that I really like, especially if you're somewhat lower rated, is Dan Heisman's course, Back to Basics Tactics. I think that's a good one for showing some very common tactical patterns. Also how to think about things like counting and evaluating material imbalances in between moves. Things that are very useful calculation-wise for lower-rated players. Beginner to intermediate players, let's say. Let's play a6 here, looking for b5. Another book I've talked about a lot on my channel is Tune Your Chess Tactics Antenna I'm a big fan of that book. We have that on Chessable as well. It's by FIDE Master Emmanuel Neiman. Okay, king b1. Now, knight b6, maybe knight c4 later. Knight b6 seems like a good starting point because if I want to play b4 as well, which actually is a threat here, that would trap the knight, I have the a4 square covered. Oh no, b4 knight e2 is possible, so hopefully white plays bishop e2. I'm not taking this bishop yet because I have it fully held hostage at the moment, and it will open the h-file for white. So I don't see a real good reason to take it yet. Hello to Just Passing on YouTube. Good to see you too. Okay, I got him in the tank here. These positions can be difficult to play from white's perspective because black's setup is so flexible. And you have the center, but you don't have any pawn break. White would really love to play e5 or d5 when they're attacking two things rather than just attacking one thing, because I will always have the option of locking the formation if white pushes and isn't attacking 2 points and is only attacking like one of my pawns. So that's often the dilemma white faces here. John, does the woodpecker method work for 1800 plus FIDE adults? I would recommend it. Oh, he does play bishop e2. Okay, he is very cooperative. Let's take this first. So now that the bishop is x-raying my knight on h5, I'm going to do this. But yeah, he took away the one remaining flight square for his knight. And king b1, although king b1 is usually a helpful move, that took away the b1 flight square. But yeah, the woodpecker method I think is a very good idea, especially if you're higher rated like that, 1800 plus FIDE. If you're 1800 plus FIDE, you're probably in the top, what, 10% of rated players? So yeah, the woodpecker method, it was geared towards somewhat higher rated players, and I think that's right up your alley, especially if you're looking for some good targeted calculation work. I'm about 80% of the way done with woodpecker method myself. I've been slowly doing it over the past couple of months. Let's take this knight. Knight takes or something like a5. I think knight takes is fine. Bishop c4, I will play bishop b7 maybe. Yeah, let's do that. And if check, I'm just going to play king f8. I think my king's actually pretty safe here. Queen d3, okay. So queen f5 could be slightly annoying. Maybe that's worth preventing. Let's do so with queen f6. What is my most difficult death match? Asks Karen Nicolas. Most difficult death match. Ooh, I'm going to go with, even though I've had some tough ones, and he might be watching, actually. I'm going to go with Jan. Yeah, I played Jan Gustafsson in a death match, or a dual commentary, rather, a few years ago, and he beat me pretty darn handily. I did not have much of a chance that match. G4. Kind of playing it ultra safe here, but I think this is a pretty good square for my pawn to land on. Nice little anchor, too. Let's play rook e8, pin him. Try not to let white have any fun here. Queen takes d4 now possible. Queen takes d4 looks appealing. Oh, and he resigned. Okay. Yeah. I was going to play this so that if this happens, I can take the knight on e3 at the end. Okay, thanks for the game, Chess Training Pro. Next challenge. Guest or Gis. Will I get white this time? Is it destined? Oh, I think... There we go. I believe this is my first white of the Banter Blitz session. We're 45 minutes in. I finally got the white pieces. Okay. Let's play knight f3. d6 is a very flexible move. Pretty good move. What do I want to play here? Let's play e4. Let's mix it up now. What do they call this? The Wade defense? Now it's getting into some sort of Philidor, offbeat Philidor. Ooh, we are transposing into Morphy versus the Duke and the Count. I've been waiting my entire chess career to reproduce that game. The key question is, if you reproduce this game, do you take on b7? Do you chicken out? And do you take on b7, which is objectively the best move after queen e7? Or do you play like Morphy and do you play knight c3? I mean, if I want any credibility with you guys, I have to try to play like Morphy, clearly. That's a weird transposition to this classic game. Pretty sure black has to play queen e7 here, because queen d7, queen takes b7, queen c6 is not good. Okay, and right on cue, he plays something different. So bishop f7 check. I'm also briefly looking at queen b5, but then he can block on d7 with the knight and defend. Queen takes b7. Not as appealing winning that one. So yeah, let's take this one. Now, I could play knight c3. I could play castles, although knight takes e4 could be coming. Nah, let's just castle. I don't think I should be too scared of knight takes e4. Knight c6. Okay, so you got to watch the coordination between the queen and the bishop, because black could have in mind something like knight a5 very soon here. Tempted to play bishop to e3 in this position. I actually think this is a reasonable move. Let's do it. And I'm going to take with the pawn if he captures. Try to open the f-file towards his king. Carniceros has played like Morphy, of course, yes. Yep, no problem, Pawn Pusher. Pawn Pusher says he's going to read Tune Your Chess Tactics Antenna in preparation for the candidates next year. Well, if Rajabov doesn't play, I'm sure they'll call you Pawn Pusher. Okay, knight d4. Queen c4. I don't really want to part with my DSB quite yet. So yeah, let's go here and attack this. Galactic says Jan is crazy good. He won against that IM even though he blundered everything possible. That's the sign of a strong player, right? When you can win even though you're a little bit out of shape. Is this a problem here? I mean, he's not really threatening to take. But my coordination looks kind of suspect all of a sudden. I mean, I can play c3, but b5 could be an issue. Kind of weird. c3, b5, queen d3. Maybe I just have to do that. Let's do it. I don't see anything better. This is not what I envisioned when we were transposing into the Opera House game. Still looks very good for white, but don't think it's as clear as it was. Hello to Jay. He says, great game, Inter looking like the Yankees. Sorry, John. That is a low blow. I'll forgive you, though, Jay. John, do you think that Geary withdrew to the coming tournament? I assume you mean the Isle of Man tournament. Because he is scared that he'll lose his rating and end up not qualifying for candidates, or is there other reasons? Yeah, I think he's just playing it safe, right? He was taking some heat for that decision, but I don't think you can criticize the guy at all for making that decision. But as I understand, it's not a guarantee that he's qualified, right? Because MVL, if he gains some rating, he'd have to gain a lot of rating, I think, in the span of the next few weeks. Okay, here I have queen b3 check, which is an important in-between move to get out of the pin. So Geary is probably going to get in based on rating, but it's not absolutely guaranteed at the moment. Maybe MVL can find some tournaments and really make a push for almost 30 rating points. Let's take. Okay, so I'm up a pawn here after all. C6 is solid. That seems like a good move, actually. Pretty good move. Let's play rook d1. Dispute the file. If b4 is ever played, knight a4, attack the queen. Hopefully b4 is a little bit loose. But I have some work here to do to win this game still. The one chat I am not monitoring is the Facebook chat, so hello to the Facebook viewers if you're out there. Okay, knight g4. Aggro move. He's looking at f2. 100%. Is he really threatening anything, though? I don't think so, because rook takes d1, I can always meet with queen takes d1, so I'm kind of tempted just to play h3 here. He can put the knight on e5. Maybe queen e6 at that point. Yeah, I like queen e6. Could also have played this on the previous move, but still looks pretty good. Hello, Alex, 3035. Devo says, now that John is a businessman, time to pursue the GM title. It's getting increasingly harder to find the time, I'll tell you that. Although I still want to. Well, I got to watch my time at this point. This is a potential issue. There's no increment in this game either. Oof. All right, well, I'll take that endgame offer. Okay, let's see what my chess 24 bullet skills are like. I mean, you would think with this little time that you should not go into an endgame, but I'm going to try to turn that logic on its head. It helps you play simpler moves. It's the argument. Play for activity here. Okay, I have that knight kind of trapped in this position. I'm threatening rook c2. Okay, gotta hurry though. Play some pre-moves. Oh, and I mated him. I was not expecting him to go to h5. I thought he would just take h4 and I was going to get rook takes h4 check-in, but hey, turned out to be mate. Yeah, gotta be careful about those non-increment games. All right, Gester Giss, thanks for the game. I think your best bet against this move order, so this Wade defense, bishop g4 on move 2, and then white plays e4, I think you should play a knight move here, or e6 might be possible. But something like knight f6 in the style of Pirtz looks pretty normal. Knight f6 or knight c6, maybe give me some issues with the d4 square. I'm pretty sure I played this line before. Knight e5, knight takes e5, bishop takes d1, bishop e5 check. This variation. I remember playing this against a viewer on my Twitch channel a few months ago, and this got pretty interesting. Gary says, John, I'm pretty sure there's a beautiful mate if you went king h4. Let me see. So if king takes h4, rook takes h7, king g5, f4, king g4. Oh, wait. Are you suggesting rook h4, some business like that? But that's not quite working, is it? What's your line, Gary? How are our calculation skills? I think you were alluding to this line. Something like this. And then like g3 here, knight f6. That would be made if the king was on g2. So, okay. Let's go to the next one. TheClasher. All right. Get a good mix of opponents here. Some strong players here. All right, Clasher. D4 it is. Some QGD action. Bishop E7. Yep, it's a pretty good move order. I played this way against the QGD for quite a while. Let's play E3. E3, Bishop D3. The black can play Bishop F5 here. It's one of the theoretical moves. How do I want to play against this? Because G4 is the sharpest way to play. Although, honestly, I don't particularly like those lines. So I think I'm going to play knight GE2. I played a game against Andrew Tang one time over the board where I played knight GE2, H3, G4, Bishop G2, knight G3. But maybe this time I'll just play knight G3, Bishop D3. Or do I want to play, after Bishop G6, H4 first? I think I should play H4 first. Let's do that. Threaten to H5. Try to induce H6. Yeah, and now play Bishop D3. Hello to Turfon Fragment. Yes, DSB stands for Dark Square Bishop. That is correct. Thanks, Pawn Pusher. Okay, so I can play knight f5. I like the knight there. Now, is he going to castle into it? If he castles short, I feel like I should castle long and play for the attack. Got to do it. I can even play g4 right away. G4, knight takes g4, rook g1, something like that. But I think castles queenside first is better. Yeah, let's castle queenside first. This should be a fun one. Yeah, it would have been interesting to play g4 right away, but the thing I didn't like was some bishop takes h4 business with check in some lines. I feel like whisking my king away should help coordination-wise, and now if I get a moment, let's say black plays something slow, yeah, like rook e8, I think g4, knight takes g4, rook g1, and if h5, I can play f3. It does not seem like black should be able to survive that if he takes, so he might be looking to jam this knight on e4, like bishop f8 now would not be unexpected. And then try to jump this knight in, but I can always play f3 if I want to control that square. There's always bishop takes h6 to think about too. Ooh, he did take it. Okay. This seems like it should lose. I didn't really calculate knight takes f2, but I assume knight takes h6 or rook takes g7 should just be winning. Yeah, knight takes h6, king f8, queen h7 looks absolutely overwhelming. Too many pieces around that black king. Is John going to stream on Chess24 from now on? I'm going to be doing some Banter Blitzes here on the Chess24 channel. This is already the second one I've done. But on my own channel, I'm going to be playing on all sorts of servers. Yeah, be doing all sorts of things. Ooh, he does take. Okay, so see if we can find any fun mates here. This usually gets in trouble when you look for fun mates. But Rook G7... Rook G7, King H8. King F8, Rook F7, followed by Knight H6 and the Queen coming in. Looks crushing. But I think Knight takes H6, Queen H7 is just the default strong way to play here. That should simply be mate. I'm really struggling to find any defense for black there. Let's go ahead with that. And if King H8, Knight takes F7. King H8, Knight takes F7, King G8. Something as simple as Queen G6 is working there. Queen's under attack, mate is threatened. Yep, I will be playing the Banter Blitz Cup. Someone asked about that earlier. My first match is scheduled for November, sometime in November against David Anton. Rook G7, play with a flourish. There's always this like Bishop G5 move he can throw in after I check on G1. So we're going to play it the boring but effective way. Unless after Rook takes G7, King takes G7, I had Bishop H6. Not sure if that was working though. King takes F7, Queen H7, King E6. It's one of those things, it's not worth calculating. Good afternoon, Habs. Okay. Thank you for the game, Clasher. Yeah. So for players on the white side, I think this line is kind of appealing. Knight G3 and then trying to use the F5 square with the knight. I don't recall the theory of this too well, I gotta say, at this point. But to me, it just seems a lot easier to play white here, especially when black castles and you get this ready-made attack with the knight on F5. What was the Kasparov quote? If I have a knight on F5, nobody can stop me. That's what this position felt like. Black should probably not take on G4, but it looks already very difficult because this is the pawn break idea, right? I can try to play G5 and attack 2 points. We were talking about this concept earlier. I might play F3 first, though, to stop knight E4, but I mean, just to illustrate, when you attack 2 points like that, knight on F6, pawn on H6, by necessity, you're going to get to capture something, or your opponent will capture you, and you'll get open lines as a result. But if you're only attacking, you know, say the pawn on H6, if this knight wasn't here, black might be able to play H5 and close it. So when you're pawn storming your opponent's king, it's really good if you can get 2 points of attack. All right, next game. Don William, another 2100. Bring it. It's got the cat in the hoodie. All right, let's play a Sicilian this time. My Scandi experimentation didn't work out so well. I'm a fan of the classical Sicilian. I incorporated that into my repertoire a couple years ago. I like these positions. Not a big Najdorf guy. I have been looking at the dragon a little bit recently, I gotta say. Okay, bishop e7, castle, castle. Plays bishop e3, okay. Is he gonna try to castle queenside? Always an interesting proposition. Let's play bishop e6 to start. And if castle's queenside, I'm gonna throw this a pawn at him. a5, a4. Usual attacking stab. This guy is the number 3 ranked cat in the world. Well, it's an honor. Gary says, I prepared something similar against Andrew Tang in the Minnesota tournament. Ah, makes sense. You're talking about that last game, I assume. Yeah, Andrew is a diehard Queen's Gambit Decline player as black. Hello, Tiny Squish Army. I think this is very good for me already because white has not played f3. This is a theoretical position if the bishop is on f1 and the pawn is on f3 already. But I think the fact that e4 is a little bit looser than normal should definitely benefit me. Okay, so he's going to let me play a4, and I guess he's just going to play knight c1. That's a reasonable way of playing. Well, we should take him up on that. Just try to weaken his position. And what now? Rook c8, knight b4, something like that? Yeah, let's go rook c8. Because, for instance, it might be really nice for white to play a move like knight d5 here, but the fact that I can respond with knight takes e4 pretty much means he has to play something like f3 soon. And I feel like that bishop e2 move is a bit of a waste. I don't think it should be fatal for white or anything, but I do like my chances here. Yeah, see, he drops this pawn now. And if you can get the 2 center pawns to white's none, you're in good shape in the Sicilian. Probably play d5 next. Hello, Ricardo. He says hello from Mexico. How many GM norms do you have, and what is the next opportunity to gain your GM title? Whoa, he just resigned. Okay. Well, he didn't have to resign there, but I agree it was pretty bad. So kind of mixing systems here, Don William. Usually if white's playing bishop e2, it's with the intention of castling short. So I think bishop e2, bishop e3, again, due to the f3, the absence of the f3 move, is suboptimal for you. So I have one Grandmaster norm, and I don't have any GM norm tournaments planned at the moment. And I don't know if I'll be playing over the board in the rest of 2019. I've only played 2 tournaments this year, and they were both in the last month and a half. But I would like to get back in the mix. Just looking at how many challenges we have here. Quite a few. This is great to see. RockMeAmadeus, let's go. Dare I try another Chandi? No, let's play Sicilian again. Sicilian worked out well last game. Let's stick with it. Let's try to play a con this time. And when I said RockMeAmadeus, I obviously meant don't RockMeAmadeus. Please. I got absolutely shelled by the last 1500, so take it easy on me. Hey, Mr. Q Mason and SG. Okay, bishop e2. Little bit passive. Bishop e3. Okay, so this is where some fun con magic can happen. This is one thing white has to watch out for in the con, for sure. So, yeah, interestingly, last game we saw bishop e2, bishop e3, with the e4 pawn being weak, work out poorly for white, and it's going to be a similar story here. This is one thing I tell my students about the con defense is, and I mentioned this on my channel too, the con is the one line of the Sicilian where it's just pretty undesirable for white to pursue this English attack plan. Bishop e3, queen d2, f3, castles, and try to pawn storm. It just doesn't work very well in the con. Okay, take with the queen here. That looks like the cleanest. Go after the rook. Trade the queens in the process maybe too. Yeah, so that's why in this position, most of the theory revolves around bishop d3, overprotecting e4, and white castling short. So typically in the con, white castles short rather than long if they're looking for an advantage. And white can also play bishop d3 here too if they don't want to commit their knight to c3. c4, when we're looking at hedgehog type positions, also very playable for white. I'm a big fan of the con. I've had it in my repertoire for a while as black. I think it's a fun system to play. It's a lot more flexible than other lines of the Sicilian, somewhat less concrete. And I think below Grandmaster level, it's perfectly playable just as much as the other lines of the Sicilian. At the highest level, I think it's considered a little bit undesirable compared to, Najdorf, Sveshnikov, some of the real mainline Sicilians. But it's plenty playable, guys. I mean, I play the Scandi, so almost everything is going to look very playable by contrast. Okay, Big Boy. Let's do it, Big Boy. Big Boy RG, 1487. B3. All right, let's play D5. I like this move, Bishop G4 against this. This is my usual anti-Nimzo Larsen opening. Just frustrates white's E3 attempts. E3 pairs really well with B3 and Bishop B2, so just kind of frustrates white in playing that. Has to go to extreme measures to kick the bishop out. White can also play knight F3 with the bishop on G4 or H5, and then black usually takes. You can do the same thing against the orangutan, by the way, or the Sokolsky opening, which is B4 on move 1. Okay. Let's play C6, knight D7. Got about 20 minutes left, so we'll get in some more games here. Shellingford says, them 1500s are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Yes, indeed. Mama always told me. So flexible setup for white. This is sort of the reverse of what I was doing in that game. Remember where my opponent played bishop e2 at the wrong moment, and I got to play b4 and trap their knight? It's kind of the reverse of what I was doing in that game. So, okay, knight h4, yeah, and he can try to hold my bishop hostage. It'd be kind of interesting to play bishop b4 here. I'm going to do that with some knight e4 business in mind. Open up the attack on the knight. He might just take here, but I'm okay with that. So now if a3, let's say bishop takes d2 check, queen takes d2, I can play knight takes g4 because the h-pawn is pinned. Although white does have bishop takes g7, so not sure how good that is. Maybe it's nothing. Comes to mind, though. Yeah, let's pull the bishop back. I'll keep my dark square bishop. Try to play queen e7. That's usually the best square for the queen. I like that square because it eyes up the a3 pawn. What are you guys up to this weekend? Got any plans? Anybody playing a tournament at the moment? Okay, queen e7 or a5 even. Let's play queen e7 first. Often a question mark for white is this king. What to do with the king, because you're pushing pawns on both flanks. So they may find it difficult to find a safe haven. Hab says it seems just wrong to adopt a small center as white, so this e3, d3 center. Yeah, some purists may argue that. I totally get that point of view. All right, queen e2. I'm going to castle queenside now. Since white can't castle queenside without losing the a3 pawn, I'm just curious how white's going to handle this position. I can play king b8 next move. Tuck my king away. He's got to be careful. He's getting low on time here. Fuxia says they're going to learn the Alapin opening this weekend. e4, e5, knight e2. Oh, so that's what the Alapin opening is. I'm aware of the Alapin Sicilian, but I didn't know e4, e5, knight e2 was called the Alapin. Okay, d4. Knight e4 springs to mind here. E5 also, if I want to break in the center. You know what? Let's break in the center. We'll make things a little bit sharper just because white's low on time. And let's take with the knight. Yeah, and that's always the problem. That a3 pawn. Virtue of having the king here. Or the queen here, rather. Knight c3 would be nice, but not working. Take d4. Let's take d4. And now let's play knight c3. Okay. Thanks for the game, big boy. Yeah, you were playing all right, just a little bit too slow. And I think your play is totally reasonable here. I'm not sure I would have played c4 myself. I think maybe you play queen e2 first. Or bishop g2, one of those two moves. And then decide if you want to commit to c4 later. So yeah, I always wonder where white's going to put their king in this type of line. But thank you for the game. Who's up next? ShadowMate. 3+2 game, another 2100. The 2100s are coming at me hard today. From Canada. What have I not played so far? Let's play Caro-Kann. Played Chandi, played Sicilian. Played a Caro. Just a warning, this may produce a Chandi-like position very easily. Big theme of my play. Put the pawns on light squares. I don't think knight f6 is the correct move here, but I'm going to try to induce white to play e5 and then pull the knight to d7. White might just castle. I could take e4 and take d4, perhaps. That would be a greedy way to play. But maybe justified, honestly. Okay, so now we might get this French-like position I was alluding to, where I can try to play c5, knight c6. Let's do it. Maybe queen b6 coming up. Yeah, I think this is a 3-2 Turfan, but thank you. Thank you for the warning. He was trying to tell me proactively that I should watch my time, which is usually a good thing. Okay, so if I castle, I'm running into bishop h6 is the argument. Knight e5 would be nice here, but it's not working tactically. So, seems by process of elimination I have to play this move. Maybe this isn't so bad, though. h5 or queen b6 directly here. Let's play h5. And now I'm going to go queen b6, and I'm probably going to castle queenside. Bishop takes g6, I can meet with rook g8, I think. Otherwise, queen takes e6 may not be completely clear. White gets a lot of pawns there. My king's on the run. But I think rook g8 should be decent. Although white could actually almost get 3 pawns there, too. So, interesting if white plays bishop takes g6 here. The Caro is an inferior Scandi, according to Sergei Kasparov. That's an interesting take. I've usually heard it the other way around, that the Scandi is an inferior Caro. Sergei Kasparov, I think he wrote a book on the Scandi. I want to say he wrote a book on the Queen D8 line. Oh yeah, Otis, I know you would like this position. You're a French guy. John, are you still doing the climbing the rating ladder vids? Yes, I haven't made one for a little while, Liar, but yep, I'm still making those. Still planning on it. Okay, I could take d4 and then castle, and maybe tuck the king on b8. I'm thinking about that. Or just castle first. Let's castle first. I don't think I need to release the tension quite yet. Just see how he plans to develop here. Always have to watch f7. Okay, so he's going to dare me to take on b2. Which is kind of bold, but I can also play c4, by the way. c4, and if bishop takes, pawn takes, then advance. Maybe that's good for him. Tough to say. c4, bishop takes c4, d takes c4, d5. Yeah, the opening of the position there feels like it should be good for white. Interesting dilemma here. I could take d4. Yeah, I could take b2, although it looks kind of risky. The pawn grab. You know what? I'm going to grab the pawn. I can't resist, guys. I really can't. I know my queen's going to get chased around a little bit here, but I don't care. Hab says, yikes, anything known as an inferior Scandi must be bad. Ooh. Because the Scandi bar is not very high to begin with, huh? That's the implication here. Turfon says, Caro is an inferior Sicilian. Loss of a tempo after c6, c5. Okay, and now let's play queen a5. And if rook b5, I'm going to play queen c7. Otherwise, I'm going to try to play c4 as soon as possible. Like here, c4 seems like the thing to do. Try to close the position. Kind of like the look of bishop a3 here. But why? Why do you like the look of that, John? Is it stops a4? I don't know if that's even a good enough reason. Let's play this knight to b8. And I'm going to try to play a6 and take back with the knight when he inevitably takes. Okay, now we'll play a6. So I'm up a pawn, but white has some counterplay for sure. Let's pull this back. Time is of the essence here. I'm going to try to stick this knight on b3. But maybe not immediately. Maybe let's secure the king first. Get the king to a7, rook b8. Petrosian style. I always think about that if I happen to wind up in a French position. How would Petrosian play this position? I feel like he would do something like this. Ooh, queen trade, huh? All right, I'll take you up on that. I am willing to take you up on this. I have a plan. We're going after this pawn. And then we're going to stick the knight on e4. Let's play a5 now. Possibly followed by b5. Yeah. That 2-second increment definitely helps, I will say. Okay, this is looking very dominating at this point. Let's play rook b1. And if knight e3, I can play knight takes c3 is one option. Knight takes c3 is a threat here. And this hangs the knight. Any stalemate tricks for white? I don't think so. They always have g4 available. So that helps. Okay, ShadowMate, thank you for the game. So I managed to keep the queen side closed enough that I could slowly win here. That said, though, ShadowMate, I wonder if you would have played something like c4. Probably you got to blast open the position right around here. c4. Just on sight alone, this is something I would be more afraid of than what you did in the game. Much more afraid of. In the game, I got to close things down, push c4 myself. Your dark square bishop's bad. But again, the points of contact, guys, the fact that there's all this tension here, white wants those open lines. This could be bad for white. It could get messy. Maybe the computer's going to say it's bad, but I think that's how you got to think as a attacking, as a way to get compensation for the material that you're sacrificing. But thanks for the game. That was an interesting one. I think we'll have time for one more game, guys. So A Spectre. Nope. Looks like it'll be Olaf. Olaf, you're up. Last game of the session. Unless this one's really, really quick. So we are scheduled for an hour and a half only. But don't worry, we're making this a regular thing, so I'll be back again soon. All right. Okay. Let's play main line for now. Now, bishop g5 is some really sharp stuff. I'm going to play what I have in my d4 repertoire. White doesn't really get an advantage out of this, but it's relatively easy to play. QGD-like position. Ooh, here can I take and then take d5? Does that not win a pawn? I think it does. This is a good little trick to know, guys. Sometimes this does not win a pawn, and you have to be careful about black checking you, but there's no good checks here. But yeah, due to the bishop hanging on c8, if black takes, this scoops up a pawn for me. Hey, Kremnik student. Sorry you're under the weather. Hopefully we'll get to play again next time. Bruno Rolla says famous pattern. Yes. Now, do I play with e3 or e4? I feel like e3 makes sense, again, playing against this bishop. And let's play bishop e2. Let's go h3. Could play knight e2 here. Knight e2 and really try to obtain a trade. Bishop g6, bishop d3. Try to deprive him of the bishop pair. Bruno Rollo knows his chess history. He says there's a Petrosian game against Kotov in which Petrosian makes this mistake. Interesting. I'm going to check that out. I wasn't aware of that game. All right, now let's castle. Okay, let's play a3. He may look to play bishop c7, queen d6, try to get a battery going against my king. That's definitely possible. There he goes. I'm going to go here. It does give up the e4 square, but I think it should be all right. Knight c3 maybe. Plays knight d5 instead. Okay, let's go here. No increment in this game, so I'm going to try to treat this in the style of clock as a weapon, which is a series I have. Let's go rook here now. Maybe look for d5 opportunities. Line up with this queen. Not sure I was really getting anything down the c-file anyways. Also, if I play e4, it's nice that bishop f4 doesn't hit my rook. Okay, let's go here. Still look for e4. All right, let's push. I think I can play e5. This bishop's a bit cut off. It's very likely to get trapped, actually. g3. Does this trap the bishop? I think it does. Bishop g5, h4. Where are you going, sir? Again, I succeeded in getting all the pawns on the color of my opponent's bishop. Honestly, I think that's a dominant theme in my play. I think I often just intuitively play this way. So sometimes it gets me in trouble. Sometimes it's not correct, but hopefully it's a useful point for some of you guys. Now, I'm going to play this like very conservatively so as not to allow any counterplay around my king. That's a good move, though. It's attacking that pawn. Rook d3, he has g6. Okay, so let's go here. And maybe b5 next if he takes a3. I'll try to play for that e6 move. I feel like my knight jumping in should be strong roundabout here. Creates mating threats. Ooh. Wait. Check first. Check. Do it all with check. Now rook h8 is a threat. Hide the king on h5. Why not? This would be stalemate if not for all of his pawns. All right. Well, I had 1 second left at the end, but got the job done. Did I have some sort of forced mate that I missed here? I thought it was attractive to do that all with check, but maybe I should just play rook takes f8. All right. Yeah, so good little pattern to know, that knight takes d5 trick. Thanks for the game, Olaf. All right, fun session, guys. Thank you guys for the game. I had that one loss to Inter, but otherwise I think the games were fairly decent for me. But you guys put up a good fight in many of the situations. So thank you very much. This was my second Banter Blitz. Gonna do more, making it a regular thing, probably every week to 2 weeks. I think conservatively is the schedule I would say. Yeah, thank you, Bruno Rolla. Hey, DC Hunter. I'm just doing this stream for Chess24, but I'm still going to be on my own channel, playing on other sites and whatnot. So thanks to everyone tuning in on Chess24, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Appreciate it, guys. I'm sure some of you guys are going to try to get revenge on me very soon. I'm going to look up that Petrosian versus Kotov game. Yep, thanks to the YouTubers. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. I am off. I'll see you guys later. Bye.